Have you ever wondered how a young boy from Corsica could grow to become one of the most influential figures in world history? Our story begins on a warm summer day, August 15, 1769, in the quaint town of Ajaccio, Corsica. Here, a child named Napoleon Bonaparte was born into a minor noble family. From an early age, Napoleon was a passionate and ambitious learner, often found with his nose buried in books, absorbing stories of great leaders and ancient empires. At the tender age of 9, Napoleon was sent to mainland France to attend a religious school in autumn. This was a significant turning point in his life as it marked his first encounter with the culture and language of his future empire. Not long after, he was enrolled at the prestigious Brienne Military College, where he devoted 6 years to rigorous military training. Despite facing isolation and bullying due to his foreign accent and lower social status, Napoleon remained undeterred. His determination and resilience in the face of adversity were early signs of the formidable leader he would become. In 1784, Napoleon's exceptional academic performance earned him a place at the esteemed Royal Military School in Paris. Here he specialized in artillery, demonstrating an innate talent for strategy and precision. This period of intensive study culminated in 1785 when, at just 16, Napoleon was commissioned as a second lieutenant in the Lafayette Artillery Regiment. His early military career was marked by a rapid ascent through the ranks, propelled by his strategic genius and unwavering commitment to the ideals of the French Revolution. These formative years laid the foundation for his future conquests, setting him on the path to becoming the Emperor of the French in 1804. Little did the world know this young Corsican boy would grow up to shape the course of history. Napoleon's rise to power was nothing short of meteoric. This Corsican native, born into a relatively modest family, would soon become one of the most influential figures in history. His journey from a second lieutenant to the Emperor of the French is truly a testament to his military genius and unyielding determination. After graduating from the esteemed Royal Military School of Paris in 1785, Napoleon was commissioned as a second lieutenant in the Lafayette Artillery Regiment. It was here that he began to make his mark, not just as a soldier, but as a leader. During the tumultuous times of the French Revolution, Napoleon's strategic acumen and leadership skills quickly caught the attention of France's new government. His first major victory came at the Siege of Toulon in 1793, where he successfully ousted the British forces, earning himself a promotion to brigadier general at the tender age of 24. But Napoleon's star was yet to shine its brightest. In 1799, he staged a coup d'état and installed himself as First Consul of the French Republic, effectively making him the leader of France. His rise to power was marked by a series of successful military campaigns, known as the Napoleonic Wars, that expanded France's influence across Europe. His effective use of mobile artillery, innovative strategies, and ability to motivate his troops led to victory after victory. Napoleon's leadership was not limited to the battlefield. In 1802, he established the Napoleonic Code, a legal framework that still influences many civil law jurisdictions worldwide. He also reformed the French educational system, established the Bank of France, and initiated a number of infrastructure projects. Yet his ambition was not quelled. In 1804, Napoleon declared himself Emperor of the French, a title that had not existed since the fall of the Western Roman Empire. His coronation ceremony at the Notre Dame Cathedral was a grand spectacle, attended by the Pope and the rulers of various European nations. Napoleon took the crown from the Pope's hands and placed it on his own head, a symbolic act that demonstrated his belief that he owed his throne to no one but himself. Indeed, by 1804, Napoleon Bonaparte was more than just a military officer. He was the Emperor of the French, a title he would hold for a decade. His rise to power was marked by his military genius, his reforms, and his indomitable will. But as we'll see in the next scenes, even the most powerful of emperors can fall. By 1804, Napoleon Bonaparte was no longer just a military officer. He was the Emperor of the French. At the helm of the Grande Armée, Napoleon led France to a series of historic victories. The Grande Armée was not just an army, it was a force of nature, a symbol of the might of the French Empire under Napoleon. Formed in 1805, the Grande Armée was the brainchild of Napoleon Bonaparte. A man of boundless energy and ambition, Napoleon sought to create a military force that was as agile and relentless as he was. And so, the Grande Armée was born. It was a melting pot of men from all walks of life, from seasoned veterans to young conscripts, all united under the unwavering leadership of Napoleon. The Grande Armée was more than just a collection of soldiers. It was a system, a carefully crafted machine designed for conquest. Its structure was unique, with the army divided into corps, each a self-sufficient entity with its own infantry, cavalry, and artillery. This allowed for flexibility and independent action, key elements in Napoleon's strategy of moving swiftly and striking hard. Under Napoleon's command, the Grande Armée embarked on a series of campaigns that would reshape the map of Europe. The first of these was the War of the Third Coalition. The crowning glory of this campaign was the Battle of Austerlitz in 1805. This battle was a masterpiece of strategic planning, with Napoleon using deception and feints to lure the combined Austro-Russian forces into a trap. The result was a resounding victory for the French, leading to the dissolution of the Holy Roman Empire and firmly establishing France as the dominant power in continental Europe. But Napoleon didn't stop there. 7 years later, in the War of the Sixth Coalition, he led the Grande Armée to another significant victory at the Battle of Borodino in 1812. Despite facing a Russian army twice their size, the French emerged victorious, opening the path to Moscow. This victory, however, came at a great cost, with heavy casualties on both sides. But it showcased the sheer tenacity and fighting spirit of the Grande Armée and further solidified Napoleon's reputation as a military genius. The Grande Armée, under Napoleon's leadership, became a symbol of French might and resilience. It was the instrument through which Napoleon reshaped the political landscape of Europe. But more than that, it was a testament to Napoleon's vision, his innovative approach to warfare, and his indomitable will to succeed. Yet, the story of the Grande Armée is also a story of human endurance and sacrifice. The men of the Grande Armée were not just soldiers. They were fathers, sons, and brothers. They marched thousands of miles, fought in harsh conditions, and gave their lives for their emperor and their country. Their courage and determination were the lifeblood of the Grande Armée and the driving force behind its many victories. So when we speak of the Grande Armée and the Napoleonic Wars, we do not just speak of battles and tactics. We speak of human spirit and resilience, of innovation and ambition, and of the timeless quest for glory. We speak of a man, Napoleon Bonaparte, whose vision and determination led France to the height of its power and forever changed the course of history. Napoleon's military genius brought the French Empire to the height of its power, and the Grande Armée, his brainchild, was the instrument that made it possible. From the cobbled streets of Paris to the snow-covered fields of Russia, the Grande Armée marched, fought, and triumphed, leaving an indelible mark on the annals of history. Napoleon's impact wasn't just on the battlefield, he also revolutionized French society. His knack for understanding the ebb and flow of power extended beyond military strategy and into the realm of societal reforms. One of the cornerstones of Napoleon's reign was the implementation of the Napoleonic Code, a comprehensive legal framework that replaced the old patchwork of feudal laws. This code was a beacon of clarity in a world of legal confusion, ensuring that laws were no longer interpreted at the whim of local lords, but were standardized across the nation. It emphasized legal equality and protection of civil liberties with principles like innocent until proven guilty and the right to choose one's profession. But Napoleon's reforms didn't stop at the legal system. He also revolutionized the educational sector, establishing a system of public schools open to all citizens, not just the privileged few. He sought to create a meritocracy where talent and hard work were rewarded above birthright. And this extended into his military, where promotion was based on merit rather than aristocratic lineage. In the economic sphere, Napoleon promoted infrastructure development to boost trade and industry. He championed the construction of roads, bridges, and canals, and supported the establishment of the Bank of France to stabilize the economy. Finally, Napoleon understood the power of symbolism and used it to unify the nation. He reintroduced the Roman symbols of power, like the eagle and the laurel wreath, and established the Legion of Honor, a merit-based award open to all French citizens. Through these reforms, Napoleon worked to build a society where talent and hard work were valued above all else. In doing so, he left a lasting legacy that continues to shape France and many other nations to this day. His reforms, like his military strategies, were bold, innovative, and far-reaching in their impact. Napoleon's reforms would leave a lasting impact, shaping the laws and societies of nations around the world. but even the greatest of empires can fall. The year 1815 brought the turning point in Napoleon's career. The Battle of Waterloo, a name that would forever be etched in history, marked the end of Napoleon's reign. His army, once invincible, faced a crushing defeat against the combined forces of the British, led by the Duke of Wellington, and the Prussians, commanded by Gebhard Leberecht von Blücher. Following the defeat at Waterloo, Napoleon was forced to abdicate for the second time. The dream of a French empire under his rule, which had once seemed within his grasp, was now shattered. The man who had once dominated Europe was no longer a ruler, but a prisoner. Napoleon was exiled to St. Helena, a remote island in the South Atlantic Ocean, far away from the power and glory he once held. There, he lived a life of isolation, stripped of his titles and his command, a stark contrast to the life he had led as one of the most powerful men in the world. Yet even in exile, Napoleon remained a figure of fascination and intrigue. He spent his final years penning his memoirs, reflecting on his journey from Corsica to the throne of France, his military triumphs, his defeats, and his reforms. The words he wrote during this time offer a glimpse into the mind of a man who had once held the world at his feet. In the year 1821, Napoleon's journey came to an end. On May 5th, he breathed his last, leaving behind a legacy that would continue to influence the course of history. His death marked the end of an era of revolution, of war, and of profound change. In 1821, the world bid farewell to one of its most influential figures. He was Napoleon Bonaparte, a man of ambition, a man of action, and a man whose story serves as a testament to the heights that one can reach and the depths to which one can fall. Napoleon Bonaparte, a name that echoes through the annals of history. This Corsican-born Frenchman, whose stature was dwarfed by his immense ambition, left an indelible imprint not only on France but on the entire world. Napoleon's influence transcends time, reaching far beyond his rule as Emperor of the French. His military strategies, still studied in military academies worldwide, revolutionized the way wars were fought. The Napoleonic Code, his most lasting legal achievement, laid the administrative and judicial foundations for many nations around the globe. Napoleon was a master of the battlefield, a tactical genius who brought the art of war to new heights. His innovative strategies and tactics, such as the use of the corps system and combined arms warfare, revolutionized military thinking. Even today, his military campaigns serve as case studies in strategy and leadership. But Napoleon's legacy extends beyond the battlefield. He was a reformer who modernized France in many ways. He established the Bank of France, ensuring financial stability. He reformed education, creating a system that served as a model for many countries. And most notably, he gave France the Napoleonic Code, a comprehensive set of civil laws that influenced legal systems worldwide. Napoleon's reign also had its controversies. His quest for power led to widespread war across Europe, resulting in the loss of millions of lives. Despite his genius and charisma, his ambition and ego often led to poor decisions, culminating in his downfall at the Battle of Waterloo. Yet, despite his flaws and failures, Napoleon Bonaparte remains a towering figure in history. His rise from obscurity to the pinnacle of power, his transformative reforms, and his military genius continue to inspire and intrigue us. His life is a testament to the power of ambition, the importance of strategic thinking, and the enduring influence of great leadership. His story serves as a reminder that one person can indeed change the course of history,